Hi, everybody.
Welcome back.
Yeah. Is this the first since the break?
Yes.
This
Okay,
is the
that's
first
why it
since the
feels
break.
like that.
Yep.
Okay, cool. So
Had a couple of weeks off and it threw us.
we're back after the holidays, after Christmas and New Year's. That's why it kind of feels a little weird right now. I was like, man, when's the last time we did it? So I hope everybody had a great Christmas and a great New Year. Hopefully nobody got too drunk. It wasn't too hungover on New Year's Day. But if you were, your year can only get better.
Yeah. I mean, if you start at the rock bottom, there's usually only one direction to go.
Right. Had a good break. Smoked a bunch of cigars.
Yeah.
Whole bunch of random cigars, which was the fun part. Found a whole bunch of stuff sitting in the humidor that has been in there for a good amount of time, and busted those guys out. I think there's one day we were just talking about it right before we hit record.
Yeah.
It was absolutely perfect weather, and I sat outside and I think I smoked like 4 or 5 cigars back to back.
I think you said you spent the entire day outside.
Yeah, until it got to like about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Like I didn't even get dressed. I had like, shorts and a just t-shirt, flip flops. That was it. I had my coffee. Got a couple other beverages.
It was like 70 degrees with like a 3-mile-an-hour wind that day too, though. So it was perfect. Get outside and smoke weather.
It was good.
So
I think one of the cigars I had, a friend of mine, Jazz, gave me, and it was a Padron. And I think I've had that cigar for like 5 years.
yeah.
Yeah. And so I think I started the morning out with that guy. And then I was like, you know what? I'm like, that was delicious. I was like, now I'm just going to keep this going.
Yeah, I had a victory on the first because that's how you start.
Yep.
I had a couple others. I think it was the same thing. It was one of those like because I have the smoking humidor,
right,
and then I have the humidor that just kind of is the stuff that I'll get to when I want to get to something that is going to be good. Because I mean, we all have it. We have cigars in our humidor that are definitely the other people's cigars because we don't want to smoke them again.
I will admit there are some cigars that are in my humidor that I shy away from every time I open it up.
Oh, absolutely. And I've had them in the past, and they're either not in my palate preference, or they're entirely too light or too strong. Like I've got some Maduros in there that I know for a fact are going to knock my dick in the dirt. I have no interest whatsoever in smoking them. Yeah. I might get a wild hair up my ass if I get, if I go out and have a steak dinner or something like that and come back and want a heavy stick, I might.
Yeah.
But if I just want something to smoke, it's not going to be that one.
No, the stuff that I probably, I might now just because it has, I don't even know how many years of age, 7 to 8.
Yeah.
I got a drawer in the bottom of my humidor that I have upstairs. And there's probably, I don't know, a dozen Gurkha cigars in there.
Yeah.
And it was like, I don't want to sound like I'm talking shit. But they're just not my preferred cigar.
Well, and that's the thing is you're not talking shit because you are willing to smoke that cigar.
I'll probably smoke them eventually now that they got some age on them and everything. But
like I've had, what was the one that the law enforcement officer from California that came to our old shop brought us 15-year California cellar reserves. And we smoked those. And they were good.
They're like I said, there's some that are but then there's some that
yeah. And I think that goes for every brand. They're like I'm absolutely certain that we have customers that are like, I don't like that cigar, but I like the other 2 or 3 that I get from you guys.
Yep.
And that's the beauty of cigars, though, is if you don't like to smoke it, then you don't have to smoke it.
And everybody's palate's different. So don't,
absolutely.
If somebody's like, oh, this is the best cigar in the world, and you smoke it and you're like, oh, I don't really like that.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? That's totally fine.
So what did you guys smoke over the break? Chime in, let us know. We're curious. You might be smoking things that we've not smoked yet. And we need to find them. That's the most fun. Like it really is.
Yeah.
You know, like when I was out on the road, like I'd sit down and smoke with shop owners and managers and stuff like that. I would go get something that I've not smoked out of the humidor. Like I'm there on a sales call for my brand, and I'm not smoking my brand.
Right.
Because I can smoke our brand whenever I want. And, you know, it's just I'm still enjoying that side of the thing too. So
Yep.
Did you get a little crack there?
I did. I just heard it.
Yeah. I saw you looking at it and yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can see that too. It's all right. Work past that guy and
no issues at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a little update on the Warfighter Tobacco podcast YouTube fiasco. I don't know if you guys have been following it or not. So we tried to do the common sense thing and spin up a separate channel on YouTube for the Warfighter Tobacco podcast. So that way all the content was in one place. It was really easy to find. If we put out another video, like say it was a how-to video, or like when we did the, can you smoke a ruined cigar? Anything like that, you can easily find it on the regular Warfighter Tobacco YouTube page. So we started uploading all of our previous episodes, which I think this is episode, what would you say, 104?
104 is today, fellas.
Okay, so we were probably... Justin, what do you think we were, like 70 episodes in and uploading?
I had just finished uploading episode 76.
Okay, so we got about 76 of the old episodes uploaded, and YouTube was like, hey guys, we believe this is a fraud,
spam or scam or something like that.
Account.
And, all three.
and we're going to pull this thing down. If you want, you can appeal it. So obviously we were like, we're going to appeal this. Hey guys, look, this is what we're trying to do. Here's all of our information. Here's all of our emails. So this is all of our original own content, everything. And then they came back again and they were like, we still think it's fraud. And oh, by the way, you can't create any more accounts with the email address you used to start this one. And we were like, oh. So instead of being like, oh, hey guys, like we understand what you're doing, they just slapped our PP and took our ball away.
Yeah.
So we have another one. Except for the new one, we're not uploading any of the prior content. So from episode 1 to 103, you have to go to the Warfighter Tobacco YouTube if you want to watch any of those. We had a couple of requests. We did a really good episode with Caleb Francis. In the process of doing all this, those were hidden, so that way they'd be viewable on the new page. They are. Everything from episode 1 to 103 is available on Warfighter Tobacco YouTube. The Warfighter Tobacco podcast YouTube channel, which is just titled
Warfighter Tobacco or Warfighter Podcast.
Warfighter Podcast.
Warfighter Podcast.
We'll have from this episode 104 and everything moving forward in regards to the podcast will be on that channel. We're going to link and collaborate, do all that fun stuff to make sure you guys have some visibility, can see what we're doing there. If you follow everything else. But yeah, so sorry. We tried to do it like the common sense way and for some reason, YouTube just doesn't want us to do it that way.
Well, and we talked about it offline too. And we think what was happening was Justin was just cranking through the uploads.
Yeah.
And they were I think YouTube just went, whoa guys, you can't do this. It's you're putting like 5 or 6 up a day here. Mm-hmm. And again, they didn't want to bother to read the appeal where we laid out what we were doing, which was basically, this is all our stuff from another one. And we're just literally putting on this one.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
Thanks, YouTube.
Right. Okay. So it's January 8th today, the day that we're recording. And I apologize to anybody that's in the state of California.
Yeah.
We, as of the 1st of this year, we were not allowed to have any of our cigars in your state. our Warfighter tobacco is considered contraband, and it is not on their approved list because we didn't pay their bribe. So I'm sorry. Hopefully some things change. There's still some lawsuits going on. Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see. I mean, if there's any updates that come from it, we'll let you guys know. But even on the retailer side of it, we can't even ship to retailers. So it's not just the consumer that's being affected. It is everybody in this entire supply chain as soon as it crosses into the state of California, which is, I don't know. I don't understand it.
It is kind of cool that Warfighter is contraband, though. Like, there's just like that being a thing is kind of cool. But other than that, it sucks that the people that are in California that want Warfighter have to bend the rules a little bit to get it, or just can't get it. But
yeah, and like I don't see it getting reversed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I would love it to.
Well, I mean, absolutely. We have a lot of loyal customers in California.
We do.
We have a handful of loyal retailers, and those guys are, like I hated sending that email to the last retailer that put an order in. But it was just like,
sorry,
look, man, I can't, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
I really don't. Like, I can't even say vote better or vote different because this wasn't even given the opportunity to be put to a vote.
Well, it was voted years ago, and then it kind of got weird.
Well, because they used the emergency resolution powers to push that through.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't even think it got an actual floor vote.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's another California leadership quandary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's see.
Oh, we have a piggyback on or a revisit from the Habanos SA entertainment that Charlie gave us the last time.
We do. Grab the Chen Z.
I
think that's how you say it. I don't know. His last name is ZHI.
Yeah.
He's a Habanos SA co-owner. The title of the article is he was arrested and deported to China.
Yeah. Arrested in Cambodia.
Yep. So this was a dude that the U.S. put sanctions on. In the previous episode, we were talking about a brief overview of the article that they put together because I can do zero justice on the amount of detail that they went into.
No, if you want all that, you need to just go read it, and then you need to reread it, and then you need to reread it a third time so you actually track
and then do some Googling because there's so much. But the long and the short of it is it affects Altadis, like big time.
Yeah. And Habanos SA as well.
Yeah, but we don't really feel that here in the U.S.
True.
But the factories, there's two main factories that it's going to affect. And that could potentially affect a lot of, not Warfighter tobacco because we don't use those factories, but a lot of other brands that use those factories in the States. Now, as of like this moment, you probably haven't felt anything.
No,
because
that's a 90-day trickle down.
But even more like bigger than that, like they might have had inventory. There might have been inventory sitting in warehouses and distribution centers, back stock at stores. You know what I mean? Like this might not be felt for a little bit longer. Yeah. And hopefully there is a solution that's found before that interim amount of inventory runs out. But who knows?
So this guy was the largest shareholder in Habanos, and I think he had I think it's in there. It's like
it is. He had like
18 or 20%.
I think it was like 20 something. Let me find it real quick. The only other entity that owned more in Habanos SA was the Cuban government.
Yeah.
He held 28.55%. And a whole bunch of holding companies and all kinds of stuff.
And so if I remember correctly, because I ripped through the article real briefly this morning when it came across, he was arrested for charges of bribery,
money laundering,
and other assorted charges is what it says.
Yeah, he was arrested in Cambodia and sent to China.
Yeah. Because he had Cambodian citizenship somehow.
They did, and he was the equivalent of a lord.
Yeah.
In Cambodia. I'm not even going to try to butcher what their word for it is.
Yeah.
But the Cambodian government revoked it. They're like, just kidding.
And then extradited him back to China.
Yeah.
Deported him.
And because it says in here, in October 2025, the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Eastern District of New York unsealed an indictment against Chen Zi, who they say was the head of a massive criminal enterprise and engaged in, quote, pig butchering scams, a multi-step process of scamming people out of cryptocurrency. The U.S. government says at its peak, the enterprise was generating as much as $30 million from these scams.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Like,
it's, yeah.
That's crazy.
Could you?
But yeah, so during the multi-year investigation, the U.S. government seized 127,271 Bitcoin.
Yeah.
That says are tied to Chen Zi, once valued at $14.7 billion, the largest seizure in the history of the Department of Justice. Since the indictment was unveiled, other countries have announced the seizure of hundreds of millions of dollars worth of assets tied to Chen Zi.
Homeboy's not going to have a dollar to his name when he gets done.
I want to know how he got caught. You know what I mean? Like you build this multi-billion-dollar criminal empire.
Yeah.
And you get arrested.
With dozens of shell companies funneling money through.
Yeah. What was the straw that broke the camel's back for this dude? What was the one thing that he messed up? Because I know he's sitting in a prison somewhere in China right now and he's just like, motherfucker.
Yeah. Well, he might not be sitting in a prison in China.
Standing in a small bamboo cage or something. Who knows?
Or already buried. Who knows?
No, they probably won't do that.
Yeah.
There's too much involved here for one person to just be, removed from it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Post office getting after it this morning.
That's great.
Did they pick up?
No, just delivery.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. So, yeah, it's, I mean, when China wants you back for money laundering and bribery, you're probably not going to have a good time.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it.
So, yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how that all falls. But
yep. We let's see what else is going on. We got Illinois has a bill that's going
yeah, some kind of
proposed that would add tobacco tax to online orders, or essentially anything that's ordered, delivered to a consumer in Illinois.
Yeah.
They also have a 45%
excise tax.
Tax.
Yeah. So Charlie wrote out here. So if a consumer put an order in for a cigar with a MSRP of $9.50, if this bill, which is HB 4250, passes, that same cigar would have an additional $2.14 of tax added to it in the state of Illinois. So you're, yeah. And that's also not counting the counties in Illinois that also have their own additional tobacco taxes
on top of it.
So, because Colorado has that. Colorado has a 20% across the state, but Boulder County has an additional 80%.
Yeah. And then actually, I think Denver just banned flavored cigars. Which, I mean, it sucks, but
yeah,
why? I don't get the city or county level shit.
Yeah,
well,
it's like Massachusetts, the cities with the generational bans.
Yeah, it's like, so everything else in your county is perfect.
Sure,
and this is the stuff that you need to spend your time and focus on.
Yes,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so you don't have a single pothole in your roads. Your schools are best in the country. Like, well, no, let's do this petty bullshit.
Yep.
Because, like, how about you do things that actually affect, like, good, and not just restrict things from people.
Yes.
Well, let people be adults. Let them make their own choices. The government doesn't have to dictate what choices people can and cannot make.
It's very true.
Mm-hmm.
Very true. So, yeah.
We got a little highlight in the PCA magazine.
We
That was
did.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
We did. It was our first article with PCA. There we go.
Yeah.
So they did a pretty cool feature about the company and kind of where we were, came from. A little bit about some of the cigars. A little bit about the future. And our perspectives and viewpoints about some things. Pretty middle of the road when it comes to like the perspective and viewpoints. It was really funny when I was having one of the phone calls I had with the writer. Who, by the way, has one of the most amazing like radio style voices. For this article, and then on the next page they did a review of the Night Shift. And I remember when the Night Shift is the one he did first. And he calls me up and he's like, "Hey," he's like, "I don't want to, send you this, and then you might not read it for like a week." He's like, "You got like 10 minutes? I can just read you the review." And I'm like, "Yeah, perfect, no problem." So I found a spot, sat down, and he started reading. And I was like, dude, I'm like, I wish you could read this to everybody who was exposed to this article. And I'm like, it just made it that much better, But no, he had a great review on the Night Shift. And he goes into a crazy amount of detail about, how long it smoked, the flavors that came out of it, the construction of it, all kinds of different things. And so the cool thing about these articles is they are free. So you don't have to subscribe to PCA or become a member or anything like that in order to read the PCA magazine. I'm pretty sure we'll throw a link somewhere where you guys can find this, and we definitely have a link on our social medias. And we'll probably do maybe a link in a blog post on the website, depending on how much time we have to get everything done. But no, the review came out great. He talked a little bit about how Half Wheel gave us some ratings. And then also in the article too, he reached out to a couple of our retail partners to get their opinion of us. So I appreciate all the guys that he spoke with that gave us great accolades. I figured at least somebody was going to be like, screw those guys, they're a bunch of assholes. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I see Pam now. Yep.
Yeah, there is one thing that I do need to correct in here, and I tried when we were having the conversations, and it never happened. Right in the second column, it says company principals and co-founders, Scott Jansen and John Simons, we founded the company. I was not one of the founders. Chris Verdico and Scott Jansen were the two founders. And then I got brought on. I mean, I was there.
Yeah,
I just wasn't.
we wasn't.
Yeah, I wasn't.
We were all there.
I wasn't on the paperwork. And then very, very shortly after that, I mean, I think within a couple months, I was brought in. But yeah, I tried to explain, and I mean, there's like any business, there's a lot of the behind the scenes details that are very confusing to people that weren't, there or part of it or privy to it. And trying to explain 10 years of history. In an hour phone call.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Oh yeah.
But no, it's a really, really cool article. It talks about some of the extracurricular stuff that we do, in veteran outreach, some of the blends that we have, some price points. But yeah, go check it out. Like I said, we'll put the links in there, and big shout out to William for writing this for us. And working together. One of the cool conversations that him and I had on the phone, which is, I mean, he probably won't ever listen to this. So, but it's nothing bad at all.
Yeah.
Essentially he was just like, he's like, I don't know how to write this. And I'm like, what do you mean? And he's like, well, I'm a liberal Democrat. And he's like, how do you guys, navigate the politics when it comes to things like this? And
we don't.
I was like, we're Switzerland, man. And I was like, just like we've had these, multiple phone calls over a period of time. I was like, whatever your political views are, those are yours. That's awesome. I'm glad that you have them. I was like, oh, I'd love to have a conversation with you about it. I was like, the only thing that I require, though, is I don't try to convince you to change your opinion, and you don't try to convince me to change mine.
Yeah.
We speak factually and not emotionally. And as long as we can do that, I will have any conversation with anybody about anything. I was like, when you start yelling and screaming and name calling, and you try to tell me I'm wrong and I have to believe a certain way, I was like, then the conversation's over. And he's like, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, so yeah, that's how we navigate it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's one thing that's really fantastic about how we operate is when stuff like that comes up, we just don't.
Yeah.
I mean, and we've said multiple times, great equalizer.
That's it.
It doesn't matter, what you are, who you are, how you think, how you believe. Like, sit down, light a cigar, let's smoke and enjoy it.
Right.
So,
but yeah. But no, I mean, I appreciate somebody that has a very different viewpoint than what we have.
Yeah.
Writing an amazing article about us.
Oh yeah,
like
absolutely.
We had that conversation, and I was like, And then, obviously he called me. He's like, hey, I'm going to read you the article, so that way if there's any corrections or anything I need to do, before we publish, let me know. And I'm like,
yeah.
I was like, I appreciate that more than you know.
Yeah.
Like, there's been so much stuff over the years that's been published wrong because nobody verified. They just wrote something and put it out. And I'm like, hey, that's wrong. They're like, oh, you're not going to do correction?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's all right. Yeah. I mean, that shows his level of professionalism as well. So,
yeah. No, he's, he definitely did a really good job on that. Speaking of PCA, we got PCA coming up almost right around the corner.
Yeah.
We got about three months.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, it'll be here before we even know it.
At the speed that last year went, yeah, it'll be here freaking tomorrow.
And it disappeared. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think we covered all the basics.
Yeah. What you smoking?
I'm smoking a 762 Field Sumatra Lancero. I was gonna grab a night shift, and then I realized, I'm like, oh, what are we drinking? I was like, oh, I have my coffee. I'm like, you know what?
Smart man.
Yeah, I'm doing this guy. I haven't had one of these in a long time. It's probably been over a year for me.
And the Lancero, that Sumatra really punches above its weight. Like it does. It's just,
it's just filled with flavor.
It is.
Absolutely.
It is.
Filled.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I love the Sumatra in every other ring gauge. Yep. Like my jam right now is the Corona, but stepping down to that Lancero, like on a fresh palate, it just, it hits.
It's very tasty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, working on a redacted. I was doing some fulfillment last week on the second after the redacted day on the first.
Yep.
And I noticed this one had a minor imperfection in the wrapper. So when I spot things like that, I tend not to send them out. It obviously smoked just fine because I'm already through the imperfection. But I mean,
we can talk about that real quick.
When you spend the money for a premium hand rolled cigar, you don't want to see imperfections like that. And
my wrapper cracked when I lit. You saw it.
Yeah.
We talked about it briefly.
Yeah, absolutely.
I didn't even touch it up. I thought about it because there's a couple of little tricks you can do to try to help prevent it from getting worse or anything like that. But now I'm back to just a regular smoking cigar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Knowing me, it's probably my fault why that cracked. I probably hit it or dropped it or,
Yeah. You're fidget spinning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because I was sitting here with it in my hand for, 10, 15 minutes before we even started, just going over some notes and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
there's a whole bunch of shit going on in the world right now, and I don't really want to talk about it.
Hey.
I'm surprised nobody's smoking a Maduro today.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a little early in the morning for a Maduro. I mean, This is an earlier podcast. I mean, he's working on coffee. I already had 1 cup of coffee, so I'm aiming for some tea and honey. Doing some local wildflower honey in my tea to help kind of get ahead of the allergies, because cedar fever is definitely playing games.
Yeah.
We had 30 mile an hour sustained winds overnight last night, so it picked it all right back up.
It did.
So, yeah. No, it's just, yeah, that's a whole nother can of worms right there, buddy.
Yeah. There. One thing I do want to talk about that it's not really directly cigar related, but kind of.
Yeah.
So I think they said there's roughly 40 KIA in the mission, and 32 of them were Cuban nationals that were essentially Cuban's version of Delta, for lack of better words. Like they're, tip of the spear, high speed guys.
Okay.
So Cuba, I think it was January 5th and 6th, if I remember right. They declared 2 days of mourning for those guys, which that sucks, right? But why were Cubans guarding the Venezuelan president? Like, not like, oh, that's where I'm from, but I'm Venezuelan now. No, you're a Cuban national.
Yeah.
And you're guarding the Venezuelan president. I was like, okay.
That is interesting.
Yeah. I've had some conversations about how superior our military forces are in regards to things like this, right? Where, there were, I think, roughly 40 KIA, and I think one dude got winged on our side, but finished the mission and evac and exfilled with everybody else and didn't have to get evac or anything. And there's so much that goes into why they are so much better and superior to any other force on this planet. And it's not just the fact that, like, oh, we just got better dudes. Like, yes, we do.
Yeah.
But we also have better equipment. We have better tactics. We have better procedures. We have better planning.
Yeah.
We have a bigger budget. We have more support. Like, there's so much more that goes into it. And these dudes, like, the people that are armchair quarterbacking everything that went down, these guys don't like, okay, well, we're going to go on this mission, and they get on a bird and they just show up and try to go get somebody.
That's not how it works.
Like, they've ran through this for probably a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Like identical scenarios, every different option of what can go wrong, and, every angle, and that, and just how they move, like as a defender, right? As say you're one of the dudes on the ground guarding Maduro, and you have this element that's assaulting your position, right? Naturally, the last place you saw somebody is where you're going to shoot.
Yeah.
Right. The tactics for these guys is immediately upon contact, get off the X.
Yeah. Not
straight forward or back, left or right, or diagonal, right? Because that last place is where they're going to focus. So if you're over here, you're changing angles, but also you have all these other guys that are with, the assaulting team, and they're all trained for the same thing, right? Yes. So by the time that enemy figures out where that one dude went, 5 other guys already got their red dots on that enemy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
you're
just, you can't win.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's been long enough, and all of the details have come out. Like, Neptune Spear is a pristine example. Teams trained on that for almost 45 days.
Yeah.
Before execution of mission.
Yep.
So, like, if you are so very familiar with the layout of the property that you're assaulting, that you can do it in the dark with your eyes closed if necessary, and still move around any obstacle.
Yeah.
Like, fuck around and find out, guys.
The level of operational CQB that they're capable of.
Yeah.
Is fucking scary.
Yeah.
CQB is close quarter battle. If you don't know what that means, it's like room clearing, building clearing. Like if somebody came into our headquarters and they breached one of the doors and they could clear this whole building in a matter of, I don't know,
I'd give them 30 seconds.
Yeah, 30, 45 seconds.
Yeah. I mean, if it's a full strike team,
any threat is either neutralized or secured, and they got whatever they came looking for, and they're already out one of the doors. Like, like when I was in, we did it a lot, but not like those dudes did it. But also when I did it, the TTPs, tactics, techniques, and procedures that we used, our training doctrine was at the time, 25 years old. Not even, but from today, right?
Yes.
And so, when with the initial invasion of Iraq, when we were using this, going through buildings and doing things in 2003, 2004, it was what we knew. And we were constantly learning. Like, the more that we got to operate with other units and be support for, they called them OGA, other government agencies.
Yes.
Right. So all the high-speed dudes, tip of the spear, tier 1 units. If we got to do support for one of those guys, and while they're doing train up and we're doing, mission briefs with them, it's like, hey, you got any tips and tricks you want to show us? And they'll show us a couple cool things. And we're like, fuck yeah. And we try to implement it in what we do. But then you got to think 25 years of war. Well, 20, but 25 years of constant operational, of CQB operations going on, and constant training and constant evolvement of it. Like, the basics are still there.
Yes.
Right. Your door's your fatal funnel. Never miss your corners. But it gets very, very, very technical when you throw in, 15 different variables in a room.
Absolutely.
And so these guys, like, this is what they do. They do it with their eyes closed. And it's, as a frontline infantry unit, your week of missed it. Yep. Close enough. Your week of CQB and room clearing is their Monday. Like, what you guys would do in a week is what they do in one day, and then they do that 6 days a week. And like we have access to a live fire shoot house, like maybe a couple times a year.
Yeah, and they
do it whenever they want to.
Yeah,
do that. I remember when we were overseas, when we were in Iraq, we would build glass houses. We'd call them glass houses.
Yeah, and
we would put stakes in the ground, and we'd put tape. And we tape out what we thought the building was with whatever intel that we had, with doorways and windows and hallways and whatever. And we would practice our mission and all that in that little glass house.
Yeah.
We had no walls. We didn't have enemy, per se.
Yeah.
But it was the closest thing that we could do without being like, hey, we need to rebuild a building. But our mission, we have 5 hours before the birds take off.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, and that's the thing, like the sand table's been in use for 5,000 years in one iteration or another.
It's
operation
essentially the same thing, but just larger. Yep.
Absolutely.
We used to use the wooden pallets. We had we had permanent stakes outside of.
Oh, so you drop a pallet on.
You drop a pallet on it, and that gave you like half walls. So we could still be observed by platoon sergeants and squad leaders and stuff. Yeah. But it was like that helped because I remember we used to do the glass houses, but as soon as you had like that, like something to get in the way of your feet, it was like a whole different thing. And I'm sure if it was a full wall, it'd be totally different. We didn't do it nearly as much.
Oh yeah, no, I'm sure muzzles went over the tops of the pallets where it would have like gone through a wall.
Yeah, but it was a totally different skill set to have. And some of the guys, like we had like prior Ranger bag guys that would come onto the guard side and everything, and it was like as soon as they hit the ground, it was like, all right, we need a full debrief of like what you guys are doing so we can implement that into our stuff, which is cool.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, teach me, Sifu.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was like one of the coolest things too is when we were at, Fort Campbell, we got to do Op 4 for 5th Group. And so it was kind of like, hey, I watched these dudes doing this and this is why. So let's implement this into some of the stuff that we did,
Nice. I got a buddy of mine's prior Marine, one of the dudes I jumped with at RSPT. And he still volunteers as Op 4 for the local base.
Oh yeah. Yep. But there's so many things that have changed over the years. Like, Justin, you can attest to, the way that they train infantry is you're trying to get four gun barrels through that door as fast as possible.
Yes.
Is that always something you need to do?
Absolutely not.
You know what I mean? But it was never taught that when I did it.
It
was
is,
just get in the fucking room as fast as you can, check your fucking corners, and make sure everyone, you know.
I remember the big running joke for the last few years. It was like anytime you were asked a question, if you didn't know, you'd just go Met TC dependent.
Yep.
And it's basically like, depends on the situation.
Yeah.
Like sometimes if the room's big enough, 4 barrels is good. If it's too small, then you're yelling out short room and only 2 are going in. And like all of that is already set before you even think about crossing that threshold.
But now there's ways, there's tactics where you can pie the door.
Yes.
And clear the majority of the room.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And you might only need, you know, a couple steps in there.
Yep.
If there's nothing else to follow on.
And then you 180 and you're right on.
Or you might have 2 dudes that end up having to go in just because you got to clear behind the door and there might be a blind corner or something, you know, like every situation is different, but there's so many different ways to do it right now. Like the whole get all the guns in the room as fast as you can, like hostage rescue, totally get it.
Mm-hmm.
Is every scenario hostage rescue? No.
No.
You know, so like, why do that? You're putting more people at risk by doing that than you are of actually like clearing that area in a proficient manner.
I remember the first time they had us go through like entering like a warehouse, like that big. And it's like, what do you do? Does everybody ride in the walls or some dudes taking the center of the room? Like you got 3 doors on this side, 1 door on this side. You got 6 dudes. What are you going to do? Like, and it's just like this, like, it is a sport because you have to have that mental capacity to be like, this is the situation. This is the action I need to take. I need to get everybody on the same page now. Like there is a science to it. And these dudes that went into Venezuela are fucking,
they're doctors.
Absolutely. Brain surgeons in their field.
Yeah. Your eyes lead, right? Wherever your eyes go, your weapon follows, but your brain is 3 steps ahead of all of that.
Yep.
And that is the hardest thing for somebody to actually comprehend without seeing it in action. You know, like, if I wish that you could be like, I want to volunteer to be Op 4 for Delta.
Yeah.
And then you can watch and then you can be like, fuck, you know? Cause it's unfucking real how good they are. Like it's unreal. And then even like their dogs, you know, if they had a dog that was in there with them, like that dog is probably more vicious than anything you've ever seen. And the way that it acts and reacts you're like, I didn't know a dog could do that.
Well, you know, like you watch shorts of it and the handler is giving the dog directional communication through a radio on the dog when the dog is 50 yards down the line, you know, turn right, go straight, turn left, stop, back up, you know.
But even like how a dog will secure somebody.
Yeah.
You know, it's just
the funny one that I saw most recently was the difference between Shepherds and Malinois. And they had an individual in a bite suit at the far corner. Best place to ash.
Yep.
and it was catty corner from the door. So it was diagonal.
Yeah.
And they had chairs set up, desk chairs. And the Shepherd wormed his way through to get to it.
Yep.
The fucking Malinois just went right over the top of the chairs.
Yep. There's a will, there's a way.
Yep. He's like shortest distance between 2 points, baby.
Yeah.
If any dog could fly, it'd be the Mal. It'd be the Malinois. That thing would make it work off of sheer will.
Yeah.
They don't call him a fur missile for anything.
It's true. Right. That's true. Speaking of guns, though, if you're wanting a good chuckle, we uploaded on the Warfighter main YouTube channel. The guys taught me how to build a rifle, and it was fun. It was a good time. If you are looking for a step-by-step process on how to build a rifle,
don't do it.
That's not the video for
you.
If you,
it's not wrong.
It's not.
It's just don't try to follow along as you're building too.
Yes. There are plenty of other great videos. This was just the guys kind of walking me through the process. We thought y'all would get a kick out of it. It was fun for us, and we smoked cigars while we were doing it, so it was technically worth it. So, but
this face is made for radio, so just ignore that.
We did it. It was a role reversal day.
Yes.
So I was behind the camera, and Dave and Justin were in front of the camera.
I was wildly uncomfortable.
It's like I don't know what to do with my hands.
I didn't. It was like a glimpse into like I always understood like the guys need a few takes, but I was like, nope, I really get it now. It's been a minute since I've been in front of
let me give you a script.
Oh, but it was a good time. We had fun, and I'm actually I'm gonna be shooting the rifle this weekend, so I'll try to see if I can get a few clips or something.
Well, you better. Anybody. We only got a couple.
I know.
Couple weeks.
I know. I gotta get my shit squared away.
1, 2. Yeah, we got 2 more weekends, and then the third weekend we're doing a Warfighter hunting trip.
Yeah.
And so that's going to be super fun. We're heading down to the Womack Ranch.
Yeah.
Because Justin, you said you haven't gotten a deer.
I've never shot a deer. I've only shot a pig and a hog.
And Dave hasn't got a deer in Texas.
Yep.
And yeah, I've never gotten a deer, but I got pigs and gators.
Oh, no, I didn't say I was like, I've never gotten anything. Don't get me wrong. It's my favorite flex over my brother-in-law. He is an avid hunter. He goes out to like Oklahoma for trophies and stuff. I'm like, let me know when you get a gator, bitch.
but no, we're doing a little Warfighter weekend. So like Justin's going to bring, the family down. And we're going to go down there and hang out and cruise around the ranch. Hopefully put some meat in the freezer, which I don't really see that being an issue unless the weather doesn't want to play ball with us.
Yeah.
If anything, we're going to smack some hogs.
Mm-hmm. Fucking right.
Mm-hmm. John, are you going to have is the 8.6 ready to go?
No. And I don't know if I'll be able to get ammo between now and then. I'm going to look today and see. But yeah, it's technically, so now, we got a little bit of time. I'll talk about something else real quick. So starting on January 1st, if you're in the firearms at all, and the NFA tax, the $200 transfer tax you had to pay for NFA items for short barrel rifles, short barrel shotguns, and suppressors, it is now a $0 tax.
Yes.
Which
presents its own legal complications, which are being addressed currently.
if it's $0, how okay, whatever. Anyways, so now if you buy a suppressor, you don't have to pay the $200 tax to the government. You still have to do the paperwork and go through the process.
Yes.
But you don't have to pay an extra $200. It's free. Now that's what's called a Form 4. A Form 4 is submitted by the retailer, whoever you purchase the suppressor from, submit it to the ATF. The ATF approves it. You get it back with a fancy little stamp in the corner, and it's like, "Ooh, look at that." A Form 1 is self-manufacturing.
Yes.
So, like we were talking about that 8.6 Blackout. Right now, it is a pistol, even though it's a bolt-action firearm.
Yes.
But I think it's got like a little, I don't even know, 8.3 inch barrel or something like that.
8.3.
It's this cute little thing. It's only like this big right now. But in order to put a stock on it, I have to submit a Form 1 and turn it into a short barrel rifle.
Yes.
And so I was waiting to see how this new system was going to go and if there's any other weird stuff that they were trying to make everyone do. And apparently it's pretty straightforward. They just, like everything they do, they don't build it with the capabilities of the volume that they're going to have.
Yeah, it's not a scalable system.
So I'm hoping that by now, we're 8 days into the year that the big rush is over with, and now I can submit these. In theory, they should be returned fairly quickly.
I recently saw a social media post of a guy that submitted a form on the 1st, and he got it back on the 7th.
There are.
I'm sure it varies.
But I know a couple of FFLs. One of them is in Florida, and he has had 5 so far that were 72 hours and less.
Yeah. I'm honestly genuinely surprised. I figured it was going to be longer time frames just with the load.
Well, but that's the problem. And John and I talked about this the other night.
Here we go. Right.
They ran off of control numbers, and it was an estimated 118,000 submitted forms on day one. The problem with that is estimated to be approximately 5% of the total number of forms attempted on day one.
Oh, wow.
So on the ATF.gov, they have a current processing times page. And average processing time for applications processed during November 2025. So they're behind, right?
Yeah.
But a Form 1, which was what we were just talking about, application to make and register a firearm, processing office, the NFA division. If you file a paper form, it's 533 days. An e-form is 6. So clearly you can tell what is prioritized on this. So the Form 1 and a Form 4 are the only two that really matter for, the general civilian population if you don't have a firearm, FFL. There are some other ones that you could maybe do at some point, like a Form 6, which is a importation of firearm, ammunition, and implements of war. No, that's not it. Where's the one?
Which one were you thinking of?
Essentially, it's like a war trophy. Like if I acquire a firearm.
I think that actually is a 6.
That might be that.
I think it is a 6 because that technically falls under implements of war.
Yep.
For war trophies.
Now the thing is it can't be like a full auto AK because it's still not. It doesn't meet the requirements, and you don't have the right licensing.
Yeah, if you're over there and you take an Enfield off of,
or a pistol, or you know what I mean, like which would have been cool to know when I was in. But they told us, no, you can't do any of that. It's illegal. And then I get back and I learned, and I'm just like, no, that they were lying to us.
Yes. Oh, they absolutely were.
Yep.
My favorite thing of tidbit history from World War II is the creativity of the GI to try and smuggle shit back.
Oh yeah.
Like the hollowed out books and
crazy.
Stuff like that. It's very, very entertaining.
Yep.
So.
But yeah, so let me see if I can find let's see what Silencer Shop has to say.
I know my most recent Form 4, which was prior to the end of the year, was 17 days.
Yeah.
Start to finish. But it was also longer than that because I submitted my forms right before the government shut down. Man. So
a Form 4 for paper is 55 to 65 months.
Yee.
Yep. For e-file, you're looking
4.5 to 5 years.
I know. You're looking 2 to 30 days.
Yeah.
On average, it's 5 days, 6 days. Yeah, that's funny.
I mean, it's 2026. Like anybody that paper files for a Form 1 or a Form 4, you deserve to wait that long. I mean, we did have a dude wait that long.
We paper filed.
You remember the dude with the integrally suppressed Remington 700?
Yeah, that was forever.
But he also just never bothered to come do the form.
That was partially his fault.
I think we sat on that thing for like 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was mad when he came up and did the form. We're like, bro, we called you like once a month, every month to remind you it was here, and you never came.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
but it's looking pretty quick. I mean, if I got some time today, I might try to submit them. But we'll see.
I just want to see what that 8.6 does to a pig.
It's a 285 grain bullet.
That's gonna be fun.
Just thunk, whap.
It's also it's so cute. It's like this big. Like right now.
The only thing is I don't have a can for it.
Oh,
that's right. You don't.
So
it'd be a noisy cricket for a couple of weeks.
But that's the thing that I was trying to.
Yeah. He'd probably get away with it. Well, I don't even think a Harvester big bore would do it on that because of the barrel restriction.
But it's subsonic, and that's the thing that I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's an 8-inch.
I did hear back from Silencer Co. My Omega is rated for a 6.5 at 16 inches. And I'm like, good, because I'm going to try that out.
Yeah. Yeah, so the round that I was looking at is a 280 grain subsonic. It's an expandable.
Was that Lehigh or
no, discrete ballistics?
Discrete ballistics, yeah.
And they don't really have any. They don't have any pictures that we can put up.
Yeah.
But essentially, that round, it expands to about the size of, I don't know, slightly smaller than $0.50.
Yeah.
And an 8.6 blackout is the equivalent of a 338.
Yep.
So, 0.338.
Yeah.
That expands out that big. And it's 280 grains. That's big.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's twice the weight of the 6.5.
But I think it's in stock, actually. It doesn't even say how much it is.
You probably don't want to know.
Let's see. Bolt gun. No, it's back order. Damn it. Okay, never mind. Yeah, so it's $68 for a box of 20.
Ooh, baby.
Mm-hmm.
That's $10 more than when I paid for that 7 PRC.
Yeah, but you know what? I hate pigs that much.
Fair.
Yeah. No, so knowing this and knowing that, I can't even get the ammo. I don't have a can. I don't have an optic for it. Nothing.
Yeah.
I'm probably not going to have it ready. So, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Next
you get
time.
plenty others.
Yeah.
We have something to look forward to. I'm
Yeah.
so excited to see that thing in action. So excited.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll do some homework. I'll see what I can do. If I can get it put together by then, I will.
That's a lot of hoops to jump through and not a whole lot of time.
No, not really. We only got
Yeah.
a couple weeks.
Yeah.
With all that being said, go over to the Warfighter main YouTube channel, watch that video, hit a like, and drop a comment.
Yeah.
Thanks for the engagement. We appreciate it.
Yeah. Let us know what the first gun you built
Ooh,
was
yeah.
in the comments.
And if you haven't built one, what's on your to-do list? What's going to be your first one? That'll be fun.
The thing I want to know is it is what, the 8th of January?
Mm-hmm.
What gun have you bought this year? Because I made it to the 4th before I bought one.
Yeah, you've already built, bought, and sold.
Yeah, the selling was unintentional, but I was like, you know what? Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck, I don't even know if I picked a gun up this year. I take it back. There's one in my laptop bag.
Yep.
Every day I pick it up. But
Yep. Oh yeah. So
Well, sweet fellas.
yeah, I think we can put a bow on this one.
Yeah. So as usual, jump on over warfightertobacco.com. All your smoky treat needs. We don't have any events coming up immediate.
Yeah, it's January. Nothing happens.
Nope. And we got a couple more weeks before we have our next redacted push, but I'll talk about it anyways, just so you guys are aware. So it will be February 1st from midnight to midnight. So then that entire day, 24 hours, every 5 cigars you buy on the website, you get one free redacted cigar.
12.
What?
12 hours.
What do you mean?
Midnight to midnight.
Yeah, that's 24.
Okay, I'm going to make another cup of coffee.
I was concerned too. I was like, did I do that math wrong?
I know. I was like, wait, I'm pretty sure there's 24 hours in a day.
Bird toast, Dave?
Nope, just cigars.
Okay.
Oh, so February 1st.
We break. It's 11 o'clock in
that
the
whole
morning.
entire day, all 24 hours, not just 12.
Yeah.
Every 5 cigars you buy on the website, you get a free redacted cigar. That still works with the 5-pack of Minutemen. So if you get a pack of Minutemen, you still get a redacted per pack of Minutemen. Yeah. So if you haven't tried it, you should definitely jump in and try it. If you have
really
tried it,
delicioso.
I believe that you enjoyed it. And if you want more, that's how you get it, just because we don't have any events planned right now. January is kind of a slower period for the industry. And the guys that are doing events, I've already had them booked out.
Yeah.
If we happen to throw one together, we will let you guys know.
Yes.
But yeah, like I said, other than that, warfightertobacco.com. Check out the PCA magazine. Check out the new Warfighter podcast YouTube. We also have the Warfighter podcast social media, Instagram page.
Yeah.
Justin's gun videos up. What am I missing?
I think you fucking nailed it.
Sweet.
Ooh, I got one to add.
Go for
Hit it.
Justin has spun up his own photography IG finally as well.
Oh.
So throw that bitch up in there too.
Oh, I appreciate it. Yeah.
So
I'm trying to be better about
It's what,
posting.
JRB Raw?
JRB.raw.
.raw.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Awesome
I
shit
know
on there.
you made yourself a promise that you were going to put one post up a day, right?
Yeah, I already missed that. I made it 5 days, and then I was like, it was like the first Monday we were back or something. It was this week, and I laid down and went, fuck. And
You
so
should set an alarm every day on your phone. At like 11.
I think I'm gonna go to a week. I'm still gonna take a picture. I've still been taking a picture and editing it every day. And then
I would hope so. That's your job here.
That is true. outside of work. I think I'm just gonna do like weekly throwing
One a week,
them
put
up.
7
Yeah.
pictures up. Yeah, that's good.
There you go.
And then Dave, congratulations on your anniversary as well.
Thank you. Thank you.
That was actually earlier. We missed by a couple days.
That's all right. We didn't record until now.
What are you, 13 years now?
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yep.
13 years, no booze.
Yes. Yeah, the running joke is I moved to Texas and bought more booze in the last 5 years than I did in the 7 prior. But, I give it as gifts. I mean, all of my friends drink, so booze is still a great gift. So,
most people won't say no to it.
No.
Yeah. I have a pretty good selection at the house, and I don't drink much anymore.
Yeah.
So we're going to figure out how to get rid of some of that. But, so I think that's about it. That'll wrap up this episode, and we will see you guys again next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get outside and smoke, even if it's cold. Just get a Minute Man.
Or get one of those little tents in the heater.
Yeah.
Okay. See you guys later.
Toodles.